Now, at the peak of it, the smugglers are bringing in like 30, 40,000 pills at a time. One woman smuggler, she was stopped in Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, and they were in vitamin containers, jars in her luggage. They took her in a room, emptied the luggage out, searched through it, put the pills on the table. They said to her, "What are they?" She had vitamins. And they were like, "Cool," put them back in the luggage and told her to have a nice day. So after that,
Oh my God.
I consulted a lawyer, and the lawyer said, "Stop bringing them in to America, bring them in through Mexico." So I invested in a beachfront condo in Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point, where the students from Arizona and California, they go down there and they party. So there's a lot of people coming and going during certain times of the year to bring loads over the border, the Arizona border. And my smugglers would fly from Hermosillo Airport over to Mexico City. They'd get Air France over to Paris, and then they'd jump on a train, through over to Holland. So jumping on a plane from Holland back to the States, you're going to get busted very easily doing that. And this was before 9/11, so nobody please try this now. You could when you were on your actual flight back to Mexico, you could have people literally sometimes had the pills just in pillowcases in the luggage. If you wanted to be more secure, you could have them screwed into computer towers, and bring computer towers back instead. And then once they got to Hermosillo, the pills would be transferred when they were smuggled back down to Rocky Point over to other people in case the original smugglers had been detected in any way. And this secondary group of people would be down there in like nice SUVs with ASU, University of Arizona, Arizona State University stickers on them, diving tanks, tourist bric-a-brac. And, when you got to the border, and like I said, I was a legal alien, but I was confident enough to just go down to Mexico then because they didn't ask you for ID. They just asked if you were a US citizen. And if you're white, then you just get through, basically. So that's what happened. I smuggled numerous people in from England who had been deported. Wildman got deported 3 times for being a menace to society. I just had people smuggling him back in through Mexico. So it was quite easy for us to cross the border. And nobody ever got busted bringing pills across the Arizona border in from Mexico.
Wow. Now, how did you get involved with the is it called the New Mexican Mafia?
Yeah,
The
the
New
New
Mexico so,
Mexican
so
Mafia.
how did you get involved with the New Mexican Mafia, and for those who don't know, what is the New Mexican Mafia?
Okay. There's a movie called American Me, about La M. So these are gangs that come out of the prison system. And, you've heard of the Aryan Brotherhood, how that came out of the California prison system. A
Right.
lot of these gangs originate in the California prison system and it spreads throughout the country.
Okay.
So, there's a California La M, and then they branched out and there was a Arizona La M. And these are Chicanos, Mexican Americans, not like the original Mexican mafia, like the cartels out of Mexico. And some people do confuse that.
Okay.
Now, I mentioned that Wildman was opening the door to a lot of relationships with gangsters because he's just so loud, and wherever he goes, he attracts this eclectic group of people. In these apartments, he's got like transvestite Native Americans in one corner, Russian mafia over here, Chicano gang members over here, gangbangers over here, street prostitutes. It's just this eclectic mix of people. Everyone's on ecstasy and everyone's getting along and telling each other their life stories and shit. It's crazy. So anyway, we were at an apartment party in a complex in Tempe called Rancho Murrieta. This was a huge complex. So we had multiple apartments in there where we could party at, where we could store ecstasy, where we could do deals out of, etc. And we were in one of those apartments and everyone was just chilling out, people smoking weed, listening to rave music, people on ecstasy, having a good time. I'm there to supply the ecstasy, and this Mexican-American guy comes in, and he's supplying the weed and the coke. And because we're the suppliers, we hit it off and we start talking. So a policeman walks in, a Tempe policeman, and he goes, I could smell weed from outside, nobody move. And the guy I'm speaking to just pulls out a gun, points at the cop, goes, the only one who's not leaving is you, motherfucker. Everybody run. So we all run off into the night. Now, I've never seen anything this heavy before, so I'm crapping myself. I go to one of the nearest apartments where we've got people in there selling pills for us. And we're hearing the sirens, we're hearing the helicopter come in, and we're all like, shit, what we're going to do? Should we flush our pills or what? We're going to get busted. But there was also like so many people at that apartment party, we were hoping that the cop kind of wouldn't recognize us, maybe if we got rounded up. So while we're debating whether to flush our stuff, all of a sudden, French window, bang, 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 bang. Is it the cops or what?